We use this show as a platform to, yes, educate you, Chicago, but we also use this as a platform to highlight our vendors. And my first guest, he's a streetwise vendor, and he was born in Indiana, raised in Chi-Town. He attended Schurz High School on the west side of Chicago. Shout out to the west side. You can find him selling streetwise on Franklin in Chicago. I'd like to welcome to the show for the first time, welcome to StreetWise StreetScene, Anthony Bailey. What's up, Anthony? How you doing, brother?
How you doing, Greg? Glad to meet you, man.
Hey, I'm blessed and favored.
All right.
Got you here on StreetWise StreetScene, huh?
Oh, hey, finally.
You know, this is a whole lot better than chasing you around the street trying to sell these streetwise illegally, huh?
Yeah, I've done that in the beginning. I used to do that. But, you know, it don't work.
Nah, man.
It don't work.
But what I can say is that, you know, we were just talking about as long as you're breathing, you can be achieving. And change can happen, but you got to make it happen.
Correct.
And right now, you are definitely on that road.
Oh, without a doubt.
Definitely on that road.
Without a doubt. You know, change is something that everybody should make once in their life. And especially in my particular case, I need to make a change because I was going nowhere. Going down the wrong road and making the wrong choices.
Now, you've been a vendor off and on.
Yes.
When did you first really get associated with Streetwise the legal way?
The legal way, I first started with Streetwise. My original badge number is 965. That's back when it first started.
Yeah, that's one of the first groups. So,
yeah.
You know, that's the early days,
that's
way
before
my association.
That's once a month you had a paper coming out.
Because I tell Chicago, you know, the higher the badge number, that means they've been there a short period of time.
Right.
The lower the badge number, that means they've been there for a while. And
right.
you were in the 900s. In Chicago right now, we're on badge number 9,000. So this brother's been associated with Streetwise for a long time. But those times weren't really...
No, they were the hustle and bustle time. That's when people just grab a bunch of papers for a month and give them to somebody else, and everybody just scattered out and sold Streetwise and made it really hard to sell Streetwise in the beginning. But as it goes on, things start to loosen up. People start to understand what Streetwise is about, and start understanding that if they didn't have a badge, not to buy the papers. You
know, I like talking to brothers like you. And you know, when I first came to Streetwise, and you know, I worked on staff. I always say that I'm a part of a lot of the old school cats. You know, they cuffed me. And they saw something that I had in me as far as leadership, but it was some things that I needed to know that they knew.
Yeah.
And I learned a lot from them brothers. We worked real hard as a group, as an organization, to get us to where we are today. And the question I always like to ask brothers like yourself, what is the difference between the old Streetwise in the 90s and the Streetwise today, or where we are?
I think what we are today is more refined. It's more something, it's better off. Before we were just writing stories. In the beginning, we were just writing stories because it was out there for a month. So you really couldn't, once the week was over with, people wasn't going to buy it anymore because the paper, they already knew what it was.
And when I say that, now that's the side of the product side, right. But really the vendor side, when we talk about the stereotypes.
Well, we had people out there drunk, doing drugs while they were selling papers. They had, those were the old days. There were vendors that would literally use bad language towards the customers, some had really mental problems. They didn't know how to deal with the public. There was a lot of things that was going on at the time. So it was hard. But then it got easier as Streetwise refined itself and started pulling itself together.
And we had to tighten up the ship.
Yeah, you tighten it up.
And the result is when we get brothers like yourself who is willing to be on the same page and say, okay, later for the hustle, you know, that can only go so long.
Yeah.
I really want to, you know, take this serious and have some kind of dignity about myself and respect for myself and others and treat it like a job.
Right. Well, see, at the same time, too, that you can't start a spot or a place to sell your papers if you're not ready to do it.
Mm-hmm.
And then you got all these other people stepping on your foot, you got the panhandlers, and you got the guys selling the onions, and you got all these things here going on. So therefore, if you're not properly set up right, you're not going to sell any papers.
Believe it or not, I've had some of them guys when I'm in the streets, you know, checking out the streets, and big shout out to all the brothers that give me love every time I'm in the streets. But I actually spoke to a few panhandlers around the location where you are. And they said that they take you a lot more serious now because they can tell you're serious.
Oh, yeah.
You know, when you're out there trying to do it both ways and doing the same thing they're doing, they don't take you serious.
No.
But when they see you working like a job, excuse me, they begin to take you serious. And that's the response I got, you know, from checking you out. What do you like most about being a Streetwise vendor? What is the benefits?
The benefits to me is that the people that supported me when I was in my madness are still supporting me because the growth they have seen in me. And I appreciate you. I do appreciate you. I just want to let you know that if you're watching. And these people, they generally do love me. They love to see that I'm moving up from where I was, pushing a shopping cart, looking dirty, looking nasty. Now, look at me now, pretty. You know, So it's like that. It's things like that that makes me feel good, and the fact that I got out of my way and let God work in my life, and He's now directing my path, not me.
I've never seen you smile so much like I've seen you smile in the last 5 months. I mean, you smiling because you can really tell that you're happy and you're happy with inside.
I got me an apartment. I got me a TV. I got me a DVR. I got cable now. I got food in the refrigerator. Who would not be happy?
And main thing, you got inner peace, man.
Yes,
you walk in my office the other day and you pull out, your little nod. Sometimes guys like to, just show off a little bit. But you know what? When you did that, that's the reason why I come to work, is to give people an opportunity to be able to work for themselves, run a business.
And I want to say this to Streetwise. I appreciate you. I appreciate your opportunity. No matter how much I screw up in my life, Streetwise has always been there. And no matter how many times I was supposed to come back when I was supposed to, I didn't show up, but I come back anyway, Streetwise was still there. And I appreciate that because that gives me a chance to better myself, grow, be part of society. I'm a member now. I'm a member of society now. I got a bank account. I got all these things that I never had before. And it feels good. It's great to have things that you never had.
I get vendors a lot, especially a lot of the old cats who continue to work. Since you had left those old days, they've been working all these years, and they constantly getting on me about giving people too many chances. And I always say I'm guilty. But I wanted you to come on the show today because I wanted a lot of the cats to see that it works sometimes. We do give people a chance. Thomas Wells, another gentleman who just got his CDL license, and now he's working a full-time job as a truck driver, had, constantly didn't do the right things in the early 2000s, and I gave him a chance. It didn't work. Then we gave him another chance, and he made it happen, and he became one of our top Streetwise vendors, and now he has a full-time job driving a truck, and he's still on the super seller list. I mean, and then you got brothers like yourself. So, it definitely is worth it. And if people like to be a part of our organization, we always use it as a platform, let them know that this is a job. They can attend our orientation Monday and Thursday. What made you want to get it right, though?
I'm tired, man. I got tired. Got tired of working for the dope man. Just put it the way it is. Just tell it the way it is. I got tired of working with him. He had all the money. I had nothing. And I got it.
And you got a bank account too. Help get a partnership. And thanks, shout out to PNC Bank, who helps our vendors
thank you, PNC.
use Streetwise to help them get their credit together, help them with a bank account. Big shout out to PNC Bank. Chicago, if you do go to PNC and you open up an account, they will donate some money to Streetwise during the holiday season. So I want to thank PNC Bank. Hey, Anthony, I want to thank you for coming on the show, man. Really proud of you, brother. Keep up the good work,
Greg.
man.
I appreciate it, man.
Next time you come on, man, I hope I can get you on before Christmas so wear that Santa hat. Okay, Chicago, this is one of our vendors, Streetwise Vendor Anthony Bailey.